this day in London, William Wallace was executed for treason, condemned for leading Scottish resistance forces during the first years of the long and ultimate successful struggle to free Scotland from English rule. The Ottomans won a decisive victory over the Safavids of Iran at the Battle of Chaldiran. English poet, critic, and editor William Ernest Henley, who introduced the early work on many of the great English writers in the 1890s and his journals, was born in Gloucester. The great lover, motion picture actor Ralph Valentino died suddenly at the age of 31, prompting widespread public grief from his fans. Italian immigrants Nicola Scotto and Bartolomeo Vanzini were executed for murder in Massachusetts, despite a mishandled trial and the widespread belief that they were innocent. Germany and the Soviet Union signed a non-aggression pact dividing Eastern Europe into German and Soviet spheres of influence. General Carlos Quintela assumed presidency of Bolivia after suicide of President Germain Bush. Seven Power Conference of Oslo Group met at Brussels. King Leopold of Belgium broadcast an appeal for peace. King Michael of Romania ordered his armed forces to cease fire and accept Allied terms of unconditional surrender. President Dwight D. Eisenhower inspired inspected flood-stricken areas in northeastern U.S. and confirmed with federal and state officials. A botched bank robbery in Stockholm resulted in a hostage situation, and over the course of a 6-day standoff, the captives formed an unlikely bond with their captor, giving it rise to the term Stockholm Syndrome. American basketball player Kobe Bryant, one of the NBA's leading players in the early 21st century, was born in Philadelphia. In southern Texas and northern Mexico is where flooding along the swollen Rio Grande leaves 16 persons dead and more than 60 missing. The first season of U.S. version of the reality TV game show Survivor ended, with Richard Hatch being pronounced the winner. The hugely popular series was credited with launching the reality TV fad of the early 21st century. Inmates took over a prison in Point Nova, Brazil, and 25 members of one gang are locked up, then burned to death. After rebel forces captured his compound in Tripoli, Muammar Gaddafi's 4-decade rule of Libya ended. Although his whereabouts were initially unknown, he was discovered 2 months later in Libyan city of Sirte and killed. Roosters prevent themselves from going deaf due to their own loud crying by tilting their head back when they crow, which covers their ear canal completely, serving as a built-in earplug. A study showed that their crowing averages over 100 decibels, which is roughly the same as running a chainsaw. All the world's bacteria stacked on top of each other would stretch for 10 billion light years. Together, Earth's 0.001 millimeter long microbes could wrap around the Milky Way over 200,000 times. Dang, that's a lot.